Hello everyone, Catweazle here, welcome to the channel, and welcome back to Descent, Journeys in the Dark, 2nd edition, Forgotten Souls, and we're on turn 4. So we had a bit of a laugh in turn 3, I think we managed to dodge a couple of bullets, but it's not finished yet. We've still got a hell of a long way to go. We're still in the first act. And let's crack on. And we've still got a master Bargus to deal with. There was one tiny error, only a small one that I did last turn, and that was regarding the Barguest and the Howl ability. When I flicked it over, I said each hero that fails suffers 1 damage. It wasn't 1 damage, it was 1 fatigue, as you can see, the little fatigue symbol there. But it actually did turn out as 1 damage, because Avric, who was the only person who was in range, he'd already gone up to his maximum fatigue. And if you're forced to take a fatigue when you're at maximum fatigue, it becomes a wound. So I did it correctly, but more through luck than judgment. It was actually, I Mr. Magoo'd it and read it as a damage, but it was a damage. But that was because he was at his maximum fatigue, had to take another one, and if you can't take any more fatigue, because you can't go over your stamina score, then you take it as a wound. So I did do it correctly in the end, but it was a fatigue. Right, so that's it, and we're now in the new turn. We do not have an active exploration card, so we've got to get one. And the only way we can get one is by opening this door. But let's try and kill this boy first. In order to do that, we need to crack on and get into the hero phase. And here we are at the hero phase. Right, our first player, as you can see, is going to be Widow Tara, because I've already set her up. What I'm hoping to do here is kill this guy straight off. If we can do that, and hopefully get a surge, because I'd like to get rid of one of those fatigue, we should be able to open the door. So let's see if we can do it. First, the first thing she's going to do is she's going to attack with her magic staff. So that is a blue and a red. And obviously it's the grey die for defence for the Barguest. So come on. And remember, we've got a reroll. It's Widow reroll. Widow Tara. Come on. Yes. Yes. Unfortunately, we didn't get a fatigue though. So I've got to make a decision now. So, oh, I'd love a surge. If we get a surge, we can get rid of a fatigue. And so I'm not going to re-roll this one. I'm not going to re-roll that. Do the re-roll. As it is, it's guaranteed killed. But I'm only re-rolling for a surge. Let's just roll for a surge. Come on. A 2. That's still good enough. But unfortunately I didn't get a surge. So I used a re-roll ability, but it doesn't matter, because she still gets 3 damage in. There's 3 damage on it already. It goes up to 6. So we have killed it. So get rid of that. And we get rid of this boy, who is a master monster. So that goes up 1. And it is a 2 space monster, so that goes up, which is pretty cool. But unfortunately we didn't get that all important surge. So what's she going to do for her second action? Well, I think she's going to move. So she's going to go 1, 2. She's going to move here. That's 2 actions, so she can't actually open the door. And I think we shall just have to leave it at that. Somebody else is going to have to open the door. probably Cinderella, because she's the only one that's got 2 actions left. Remember, Avric is stunned, so he's going to have to use an action to become unstunned. Right, so that is it for the Widow Tara. Well done, kid. And next up, well, I think we may as well go to... let's go to Cinderella. Minor plan. And here we are, but not with Cinderella. We're with Avric. I couldn't quite do what I wanted to do with Cinderella, and the only way we can do it is if Avric goes next, unfortunately. The reason for that is Cinderella has got 4 fatigue, so she's only got a stamina of 4, so she couldn't spend a fatigue, unfortunately. So in order to do what I want to do, Avric's going to have to go. Now he's got 4 fatigue, and he's also got 5 wounds on him, which is pretty grim, and which is why we're doing it in this order. First thing he's got to do, though, his first action is he is stunned. So here's a stunned card. He's going to have to discard this card or token. It's the only action you may perform on your turn while you have this card or token. So first action, you can get rid of it. So there we go, we've got rid of it. And good riddance to it. So now he's got a second action because he's managed to get rid of that card. On his second action, he is going to move. He's got a move of 4. So he's going to go 1, 2, and he's now adjacent with Cinderella. And that means they can trade. It's free, it's not an action. So he's going to receive the health potion from Cinderella. He's going to put that into his backpack. He is going to give her the fire flask. So let's give her the ranged, sort of a ranged option. So they're swapping that round, which seems like a good idea. And what else are they going to do? Are they swapping anything else? No, they're not. So they're just swapping the fire flask and the health potion round. So he's still got 2 moves. So what he's going to do, he's only going to use one of them. He's just going to go here behind the Widow Tara. And that is him ready. So that was it for Avric. So he got rid of his stun condition. He then moved. Partway through his move is adjacent to Cinderella, and they swap the fire flask and the health potion, because he needs the health potion more than he needs the fire flask. So that's his move. Next up, now it's Cinderella. And it's Cindy. So first action for Cindy is she's going to move. So she's going to go 1, 2, 3 to here. And then she's going to use a final action. And she is going to explore. Dun, dun, dun. Now ideally, what I wanted to do was the Widow Tara to kill this guy. She killed him with a surge. She could have got rid of a fatigue, and she could have opened the door on the first go. And then, if there's any monsters up here, we'd have still had Avric. He couldn't have done much because he was stunned, but we would have been able to get Cinderella up here, hopefully, and put a hurting on some monsters. So that's unfortunate. One thing I'm thinking you've got to do in this game is, where possible, try and avoid opening doors and exploring with your final character action, which I've just done. But we couldn't really get around it, and I did want to do that trade because even though Avric's a healer, 5 damage, that's pretty grim. So let's give him that health potion. We'll just have to see what we get. So seeing what we get, let's get a new exploration card. So let's flip it over. Ooh, what's this? Hall of Riddles. Heroes can only recover health and fatigue from stand-up or revive actions. Well, that means Avric's next to useless in the Hall of Riddles, because that sounds like he cannot use his Prayer of Healing or his health potion. As an action, while adjacent to the door, a hero may test knowledge. Well, we've just gone through... Oh, it's probably... Yeah, there's probably another door, isn't there? It probably means... Yeah, there's probably another door that I haven't promoted yet. If he passes, Move fate backwards by 1. Well, that'd be handy. Then discard the expiration card. If he fails, the hero suffers 4 fatigue. Oof. We've got a lot of fatigue already. And like I just mentioned at the start of the episode, any extra fatigue that we couldn't put onto a particular hero because we'd reached the fatigue limit will go as damage. Oh. And if it is the second time he failed this test, he suffers 2 fatigue, and then we discard the exploration card. And that means we discard it without even opening the door, which I imagine is even worse. What's this? After setup, resolve 1... Well, we're going to get a peril card anyway. Well, brilliant. And the bit at the bottom, the puzzle continues to elude you. Resolve a peril card. Right, so every time we do not open this door, we're resolving a peril card. Oh. Well, that's grim. That's why it doesn't have a time limit on it, because we're getting a peril card every time we're not able to open this door. Right, let's put that down there. Right, I'll just go and look, see what this Hall of Riddles is all about. Won't be a moment. Back, so let's have a look at the Hall of Riddles. Here it is. Trying not to get too much glare on the screen. A lengthy riddle is inscribed onto the door at the far end of the hall. The markings are handmade, the deep crevices hollowed out by unknown hands. So we need to get this map tile, which I've got, and it's 29B. So it's just a short corridor, and then I think where those red triangles are, where the door is, if you can see the yellow rectangle, that is where the riddle is. We've got to get 2 people adjacent to that door and force it open. Right, I'll go and set that up. Won't be a second. And here we are. Obviously, had to change things around a bit, so just sort of moved it round that way. So we came in this way for all the bar guests in the kennel, and now we've headed up that way, and that is the door that we're going to have to sort of get through. Going to have to solve the riddle here. Right, so there we are. We're all ready to go. Well, at least there are no monsters. But there are a peril card. We've got to resolve a peril card as soon as we've done the setup, which we've done here. So here are the peril cards. And we've got no monsters this time, so we're doing the top. Fleshless hands emerge from the ground. So much for no monsters. Pulling undead bodies from the earth. Roll 1 grey defence die. For each shield result, place 1 zombie in an empty space adjacent to the hero with the highest knowledge, respecting group limits. So if you remember the group limits, where's zombies? Flick it over. So we've got 3 heroes. So if we can't get 4. Fortunately, I don't think it's got 4 shields on a grey die, but we could certainly get something like 3. And I have a feeling that we'll have to promote a master as well. Will we have to do that? Oof. So much for not having any bloody monsters. So let's roll the grey die, shall we? Oh, 3? You're kidding me? It's the worst result you can get on the grey die. Right, so I think we've got to have a master. So we'll put 1. Who's got the highest lore? It must be Widow Tara. Highest knowledge, sorry. It is Widow Tara. And then there is... Oh, and then it's, well... They're going to go, there's 3 of them, so they're going to go 1 on each, aren't they? So let's have this guy. Sort of orangey one. Oh no, we won't. We'll have the green one. And we will have a purple one. Now that's an interesting question. I'm going to put him here to attack Avric, but actually this is the kennel. It's not in there, but we'll put it that it's come out. Let's play it. Let's play it that it's come out. So, there we go. So, we've gone into this room, and a load of zombies have crawled up from the floor, which is brilliant. It doesn't say the attack, so I think they are just sort of coming up out of the floor, and then when we start the next turn we're going to have to fight them. Problem is, the longer we're spending fighting these guys, we are not opening that door, and if we're not opening the door, then we've got to resolve one peril card. So, now we're going into the Overlord phase now, and what I'm thinking, so yeah, they're going to get a free attack at us, and that's not the worst. I think I've got to do another peril card. So, it's bloody hell, it's difficult, this game. It is difficult, that is tough. So, but you could see why I wanted to get Widow Tara to open the door first. Well, yeah, because then Cinderella would have had an action. She could have moved and started killing a few of these, but still, there we go. It is what it is. At least there's zombies. And here we are at the Overlord phase, so let's go through it. So, Overlord effects, there are none, because we are currently in, we've got a card, and it is like, we've got an exploration card, so we don't have to do the Overlord effects. I don't think, I'm going to play it that we're not going to resolve another peril card, and the reason is because we haven't started the puzzle. What it suggests to me is it's only if you fail the puzzle continues to elude you. Well, we haven't even started the puzzle yet, so I'm not going to do the effect on the card because we haven't got up there yet. Sure, if we get up there and we can't do the puzzle, then fine, but we've not even started the puzzle, so I don't know. Oh, we'll do the peril card, but I'm not so sure that's right. Let me know, but let's do the effects. We haven't done the puzzle, so seems a bit grim, but there we go. Right. So we have got monsters now. From the shadows, a master flesh moulder uses all of his energy to heal a damaged ally. Roll 2 red power dice. The monster that has the most damage tokens recovers health equal to the amount of health rolled. Well, they haven't had any health off them yet, so I take it that that's nothing. I don't think we actually have to promote the flesh moulder. It doesn't say put him on the board, so I won't. Perhaps he's like, you know, off behind the door or something. I don't know, but it doesn't say put him on the board, so I won't. Otherwise, it'd give us, it'd tell us to promote him adjacent to a hero or something like that, and it hasn't done that. I think it's just a way to get some monsters' health back. But they haven't lost any, so at least we don't have to do that. So we have done a peril card, even though I'm not so sure that we have to. So that's that. Fate. There is an active exploration card, and so that's fine. And then it's monster activation. Well, thanks to our awful peril card pull, the first one, we've got 3 zombies around us, and they're virtually going to get a free attack, aren't they? So, let's sort out a monster card. Bear with me, viewers. So there we go. Right, so we've got zombies. 3 of them. And that means we've got to use an activation card. Down there, get rid of those. Zombies, here we go. Each time a zombie attacks, it adds a surge to the result. Why not? And this is any order, so we can do them in any order. So each time we're going to ignore engage, because they're already engaged. They are absolutely like adjacent to all of us. Attack an adjacent hero who is not diseased. So each one of these zombies will do that. And then, yeah, they'll only get one attack though. You can only attack once. And these engage, both these engage actions here are not applicable because they're right next to us. So it's attack an adjacent hero who is not diseased first, but then it's attack an adjacent hero. I don't think you can attack twice. You can only attack once. It's not like a special ability like Howl. You can do them twice. But in this case, I think they can only attack once. So they're all going to get one attack each, but that's bad enough. So let's put that there. So we may as well go with the Master first. The Master gets, what's he going to attack with? A blue and a yellow. And we get the grey die. So may as well do it the easiest way. He's going to attack the Widow Tara, he's going to attack Cindriel, and he's going to attack Avric. So the Master first. He's got a surge as well, remember? We get an automatic surge, and look at that. Look at that. So that's 3. 3 of these. Is there anything that can help her? Cindy's Widow Tara. Nope. There is nothing to help her. So that is 3 damage straight off the back. He gets a surge, and she's going to become diseased. So let's get a diseased card. So she's diseased. At the start of your turn, we've got to test willpower. If we pass, we can discard this card of token. If you fail, suffer 1 fatigue. And we keep the card. That is bad. So she is diseased, and she has took 3 damage. There we go. Well, this isn't going to be a good turn, is it? Especially not if we keep rolling them. Next up, it's green zombie against Cindriel. Ah, good old Cindriel. But 3 surges. Oh, in fact, surges don't work. Because it only got 2. It only got 2 wounds. She's got 3. She's got 3 of these shields. In order to make a surge work, you have to get at least 1 wound. They haven't got a wound. So those 3 surges are all wasted, I believe. So the minion monster, normally you'd get +1. I'll just check that. But I think you only start getting +1 health. You've got to get at least 1 wound on first. Hi. Yes, I think we get away with it. Can spend 1 surge to add 1 damage. That is allowed. But that would only give us 3 damage. Yeah, 3 damage, and she's got 3 shields. She cannot spend, the zombie cannot spend the surge on damage twice. You can only spend it once. So can't use any of the extra surge they get because of the peril card, and the extra surge they've got here. Can't spend those because can't spend it twice on the +1 damage. And because we can only get 3 damage, which is negated by 3 shields, there is not a wound on Cindriel. If there's not a wound on Cindriel, you cannot put disease or stun or anything like that. So she has done excellently. She has essentially... The zombie has got 3 surges, but it doesn't matter. Could only use 1 surge to get an extra damage. That's covered off by her shields. And because she didn't take any damage, she cannot be diseased. Brilliant. And obviously monsters don't have fatigue or anything, so they can't recover fatigue. So she's got away with that. I think I've played that right. Let me know. Fantastic. So she gets away with it. And the purple zombie is now going to attack Avric. But Avric also has the Baron's Cloak. So as well as applying +1 to his health, so he's actually at 13 health at the moment. Well, He's at 8 health because obviously he's got 5 wounds. He also gets to roll an additional brown die. So hopefully, if he can get 3 shields as well, he's in exactly the same boat as Sindriel. Whoop. Oh. Don't. There we go. Well, he rolled 2 shields, so at least that helped. But not much, I don't think, because 3 damage anyway, plus, and it'll be 2 surges. So, first surge, we'll put a 4th damage on. Yep, so that's 4 damage. He's also going to put a disease on, because obviously he gets the extra surge because of the peril card. So we've got 2 people who are diseased, who are the Widow Tara and Avric, and we got a total of 4 damage. 2's taken off, so he gets an extra 2 damage. He is now on 7 damage, but fortunately he has that health potion. Oh, blimey. This is difficult. This is difficult. Right. So that is the end of the monster activation and the end of the Overlord phase. That was really bad, getting 3 zombies coming out of the floor on that zombie card. I think I was right in playing 2 peril cards. It seems a little bit harsh that as soon as you get into the room, you know, this counts as not solving the riddle, but I suppose it does really. So we got a peril card that we had to do as soon as we opened the room, and we got another peril card because we haven't actually opened the door. We're going to get yet another peril card because we're going to be killing these next turn, aren't we? So I don't think we'll have time to get 2 people next to the door in order to test, what is it, knowledge. So, So what a pain. So, Hall of Riddles, pain in the butt. Right, so that is it for turn 4. Well, a bit of an up and down turn. We did well, we got rid of the bar guest, and then we managed to open the door, and then it just went horrendous. Open the door, we get a peril card straight away, we get 3 zombies, one of which is a master, and they attack us for free. 2 people have got diseased. Sindriel rolled well. Sindriel's got away with it, so at least she's doing pretty good. But unfortunately, Avric's in a bit of a state. He's only got 6 health left. Remember, the Baron's Cloak gives him an extra health, so he's on 13, not 12 at the moment. But he's still over halfway hurt, and that's bad. He's got Cleansing Touch, but he can only get rid of a diseased condition on 1 hero. He won't be able to get rid of it off everybody, unfortunately. But never mind. We're still in with a shout. And it could have been worse. I mean, there could have been monsters in here as well. And we got that peril card. Then we'd just been covered in monsters. And these guys only got 1 attack each. The reason being, monsters only attack once. So, at least with the monster activation that we had, they didn't get 2 attacks in. And fortunately, it didn't say anything about, you know, doing any sort of special ability or anything. So, you know, they haven't got a howl ability or something like that that they could have used, fortunately. But, yeah, it's still pretty grim, isn't it? So, we're going to have to kill this lot. So, yeah, he just doesn't relent, does he? You think, oh, got like a room with no monsters in it. And then that happens. So, yes, we're in trouble. So, thank you very much for watching turn 4, where we are in a deeper pickle. And we're going to have to do something next turn, turn 5, in order to kill these guys, try and get people next to the door, and try and get the hell out of here. Otherwise, we're just going to be pulling peril cards left, right and centre. Oh, right. So, yes, thank you very much for watching turn 4 of Descent, Journeys in the Dark, 2nd edition, Forgotten Souls. Thank you very much for all the subscriptions, for all the views, and for all the tactical tips and advice, and especially for pointing out where I go wrong. Thank you very much. Again, Done anything wrong in this episode, let me know. But I think I've pulled every sort of peril card known to man, so hopefully I've done stuff like that right. Yeah, and I think I did that combat right there. I think they can only attack once, so that's pretty cool. But anyway, as I say, that is the end of turn 4. I hope you join me for turn 5, but until then, this is me, Catweazle, signing off. Toodaloo!